Showcase, baby. The showcase. Righteous minds. It's your time to shine. The showcase. Righteous minds. It's your time to shine. The showcase.
Greetings. Welcome to another edition of the Showcase. We have world-renowned artist, host, and many other hats, Brother William Kareem, who's also known for hosting the Al Islam in America talk show on the radio. We'll let him indulge you more into that and more of the things that he's doing around the world and globally. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, Rashid. Thank you for having me, and congratulations, man, on this big move that you've made. I was thinking about it recently, how you and I go back to the days of barakats, man.
Yes, sir.
At the Muslim convention.
Yes.
I mean, and you've been moving ever since, man. That's great, and this is really an accomplishment right here.
Well, I try to enhance myself every chance I get. So I see you moving and grooving, so I can't slow down now.
Alhamdulillah, man. All praises due to Allah, man.
So just indulge our studio audience, and for those who don't know you, let them know who William Kareem is.
Oh, well, that's a little difficult because when you start talking about defining yourself, that's a little difficult. But I will say that I'm a creative person. I've been a creative person all of my life, and I've just come to own it. I've always been pushed in the creative realm. I remember being 5 years old and having a hang-up at my aunt's beauty parlor and singing the song "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog" by Elvis Presley. And I just remember being showered with money, just coins. I remember coins being dropped on the ground and everything, and somebody gave me a ring, a gold ring to put on that I could never get off of my hand. And then from there, it just grew. My creativity continued to grow, and it was people that really helped me with it. My mother was a creative person. Okay. She was an artist, and my mother, she was a great writer and a great artist. One of her pictures, through her father, who knew the people at the Museum of Natural History, one of her pictures were hung in the Museum of Natural History.
Okay.
She taught me how to draw, just some simple things, but I embraced the creative part. And then I went to church and learned how they put me in the choir. And then I went to school. When I was in school, Miss Cumberbatch taught me how to play the piano. I mean, not the piano, the violin.
Violin, okay.
She taught me how to play the violin, and then when I got to be a teenager, I started dancing and writing poetry and performing and in local talent shows, and won first place prizes. Every talent show that I was ever in, I always winded up coming in first.
Okay.
But there was a creativity that was developing, and then it got to a point. There was my hip-hop father, I'll call him, was Half Moon Rick, Ricardo Wellington. I definitely have to give him his props for the influence that he had on me. There's a thing called Jailhouse Toast.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Jailhouse Toast?
I've never heard of Jailhouse Toast, but I'll look that up.
Yeah, Jailhouse Toast had to do with they were poems and rhymes that were said in jail.
Okay.
And one of the most famous ones was done by James Brown, called King Heroin. Where I first came from, nobody knows. I came from the land where the poppy seed grows. I came to this land without a passport, and ever since I've been hunted and sought by pushers, policemen, uncool dudes, and chicks, but mostly by guys who need a quick fix. So this was something that was done in the jailhouse for many, many years, and James Brown heard it, and he actually purchased it.
Okay.
And somebody got the money for it. I don't think the person who got the money for it was actually the original writer of it, but he put it out. Then there's another famous one called the Signified Monkey. There was a signified monkey jumping up and down until his white foot slipped and his butt hit the ground like a ball of fire, like a ball of heat. A lion jumped on the monkey with all 4 feet. You ever heard that?
Yeah.
You have?
That one I've heard. Yeah.
Right. That's a jailhouse toast.
Okay.
So Half Moon Rick, you know, we was at his house and he went into saying the tale of Long Shoe Sam and Cocaine Smitty, who went to pull some hoes down in Mexico City. Man, he said it, he was so smooth, and his delivery was so smooth, and the story was just so fascinating that I was like, yo, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
So I wound up creating my own jailhouse toast. Okay, and what I did is I put in the people who was from around my block. I wound up putting them in it. We had a gang that was called the Bell Blacks, and I wound up making them something called the Tale of the Bell Blacks. And so then when hip hop came in,
it was over.
It was over because I was right there.
Yeah. Because
what I would do, I would take the poetry, and I would put the poetry to music.
Okay.
Before hip hop. I mean, if I heard some, because I could hear music, and I could hear how the poem would actually go with the music.
Okay.
And so that's how that was a part of the creativity. And so when hip hop came in, I was like right there. My sons, they knew about what it was I did, and they actually, when they first heard, now what you hear is not a test, I'm rocking to the beat.
Yeah.
When they heard that, my son was going around telling people, that's my father. Because the first time he heard that was from me. So he actually thought that I had, so he's like, yo, Dad, yo, you got on. I said, nah, that's not me. That's not me. But in the Muslim community, this was at the time when Imam W.D. Muhammad had came into his office.
Yes.
When he came into his office, and he brought, he took that, he allowed us to be performance and participate in music. Right. And he started off with the Inviters the Truth. When I saw the Inviters the Truth, when everybody in the community saw the Imam introduce the Inviters the Truth, it was over. Creativity started happening all over the community. Right. And such greats as now, Wali Ali, he did the song called Images. Right. Wilmore Siddiqui, Shahada, there was a group called Shahada, and then the group that I actually was with called the Propagators. Yeah. Right? And then the part of what I was doing as far as the Propagators is concerned, we were doing a cappella, but I did the rap.
Okay.
And I did the song, that's when I did the song that you probably know called Birds of a Feather.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you forgot that. You forgot that one, huh?
See, you didn't see the grays in here. See?
Yeah.
But so this history that's been bubbling inside of you, spewing out, how does that reflect on your adult life?
I could never get away from the creativity. There was always the responsibility of taking care of the family. That became very important. But the creativity was always there. So my participation in society was always through the Muslim community. And I decided to, there was this big thing that was called, it was saying that, when we were with the propagators, they were talking about music is haram. Music is haram. And, I'm saying to myself, well, why is music haram? What's haram about music? We've been doing music as African Americans all our life in America. music is the thing that helps sustain us.
Right.
Music is what has given us our. We've had so many great musicians and artists that were part of the music, the creativity as far as music is concerned. And then I embrace this creativity, and it's helped me to grow. You know, how could they say that music, how could my international Muslim brothers say that music was haram? So I started to do research as far as that was concerned.
Okay.
And in the process of doing that, I was able to come up with the answer to that music is not haram. And so that's how I got from just being a creative person as far as just being a performer into an educator, first a scholar as far as music is concerned, and then an educator as far as music is concerned. With the Clara Muhammad School, I went down to the Muslim Teachers College. Shout out to the Muslim Teachers College, and especially Dr. James Rashid and Imam Qadir Abdul Sabur. These imams were great. The presentation that they made was what excited the scholarship in me to help me to develop the understanding of, you know, how music or actually relates in the Muslim community. And then I started to teach as far as the Clara Muhammad School was concerned.
Okay. Well, right now we're going to take a short break, and on the way back, when we come back, we're going to go into the Alliance of Muslim
American Media Alliance.
Al-Islam in America, and other things that are happening now in the year 2014 that we're going to expound on, and how the future of music, film, things like that, how we're embracing it and moving forward. See you in a minute. Welcome. Righteous Minds Entertainment brings you the Showcase. Showcase has many different aspects to it. We feature all businesses, entrepreneurs, artists, filmmakers. If you're doing something independently, you don't have the labels and everything behind you, come down and see us. We'll bring the world to you. Righteous Minds Entertainment, source for your video production needs. We can rock and roll for you at a great low price, whether it's a birthday, a wedding, or just a small meeting, or you have a play or something like that you're trying to record and push to the masses. We can do that for you at Righteous Minds Entertainment, the producers of the Showcase. Welcome to the Showcase. This week, our featured business is Community Business Services, Coombs, Brooklyn, printing, down on Atlantic Avenue between Bedford and Nostrand. If you need anything printed, business cards, flyers, banners, anything that you can think of within printing areas, they can do it. Give them a call or visit them on their Facebook or website. Once again, their number is 718-399-9624, and their address is 1211 Atlantic Avenue between Bedford and Nostrand. Thank you. All right, welcome back. And so let us know more about this media alliance that we have going on, and different things that Islamic community is building as far as media is concerned.
Good question. I'm glad you asked it, because in a couple of weeks, I'm going down to St. Louis, Missouri, to represent the Muslim American Media Alliance. The Muslim American Media Alliance is a group of Muslim professionals who participate in music, theater, film, newspapers, and other publications, and to give people an idea about the Muslim perspective and the way that we participate in the general society. And we have a lot of participants that are participating in media, including yourself, that are all over the country. And what we want to do, this community-wide Ashura, I'm going down there to represent the Muslim American Media Alliance and to tell them that we have to network more.
Right.
As far as our media is concerned, that we do have a lot of people all over the country that are participating in media, and we have to find a way to network and bring those medias together so that we can express the ideas and the opinions of the Muslim American community, in particular the community of Imam W.D. Muhammad. So that's with the Muslim American Media Alliance. We also did a show because some of the research that I did, because the Muslim American Media Alliance, you can find them on Facebook at Muslim American Media Alliance. That's what you would put in. And if you are a person that participates, as far as media is concerned, is a Muslim that participates in particular, we would encourage you to become a member of the Muslim American Media Alliance on Facebook. What we found out, some of the research that we did, we found out that our Facebook page just has a bunch of people on it, and we don't really know anything about those people.
Right.
It's very surface. This is Rashid Hafiz, the Showkase. But a lot of people don't even know what the Showcase is. Oh,
right.
Yeah, Rashid Hafiz, the Showcase. Oh, there's William Kareem, host of New Day for Al-Islam. But if you never listen to the program, if you don't know anything about William Kareem and the history of William Kareem like you're giving me now, then you don't really have an in-depth understanding of who William Kareem is. So we did a radio program called Meet the Members of the Muslim American Media Alliance. And it was really profound. We did about 12 episodes interviewing about 12 members. This was about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And we found that that these people have fascinating stories to tell. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to start that back up, inshallah, in September.
Okay.
And introduce some of the other members, and hopefully, just like I'm here on your program, hopefully you'll come on
Yes, sir.
the program and let people know a little bit more about the history of Rashid Hafiz.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for your time and coming out to the show and giving us a history, because this is what I'm trying to scratch the surface and seeing not only artists, producers, and filmmakers, but also trying to get into, for those interested in Islam, what Muslims are really doing in the community. So I thank you for enlightening us and bringing...
Can I just say something
Sure.
about the radio program?
Right.
Yeah. The radio program, A New Day for Al-Islam in America, has a history of being on WPAT for over 25 years. It was started by Imam Abdul Haq Muhammad, Al-Islam in America. And then Salim Sharif came up with, Al-Islam in America. He carried over that name. And then Imam Abdul Baqi Hamid, that,
Yes.
he came up with the New World of Al-Islam in America. And he carried it for about 10 years. And so, he was ready to retire and things. And so Imam Yusuf Ramadan winded up deciding that he was going to take over the hosting of that radio program on WPAT. And that's how I got involved, because Imam Yusuf Ramadan, I had just graduated from the New School University with a degree in film and media studies, and I really wanted to get into what you're doing now. I really wanted to get into film and video, and
Right.
I wanted to do that, but this opportunity came up.
Yes.
So I decided to go with it, and to help him out as far as, radio, audio is concerned. But, it gave me an opportunity to develop the program, because we were just, for all those years, over 20 years, they were just on the radio.
Yeah.
But we had new media that had come in. We had the internet.
Yeah.
And they had never pursued the opportunity to participate in the new media that was available.
Okay.
But what was also interesting, that it was a show that was coming on at 5 o'clock in the morning.
5 o'clock in the morning. Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. How many people you gonna get to? I mean, our market is the Muslim community, basically, from New Jersey and New York.
Right.
But 5 o'clock in the morning, I mean, we know that this area is a 24-hour, media capital, but it's like, what about the person that wants to hear it at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning?
Right.
So what we did was we retransitioned and started to put the program on the internet, created a web page, and allowed people to go to that a newdayforislam.com and listen to the radio program. Since then, we've gone on and expanded into Podbean. We're a newdayforislam.podbean.com. We've expanded into doing a show with Thomas Abdul Salam on American Muslim 360.
Okay.
We've also expanded our presence on AM radio. And we don't only do a 5 o'clock program, but we also do a 4 o'clock program called The Hour Before, which talks about artistic sounds and words of inspiration. And then a 3 o'clock program with a person that called Bashir.
Yes.
Bashir Wilson, who goes by the tag name of Bashir the Engineer. Okay, and he does the 3 o'clock program called In the Middle of the Night. So we've been able to expand media so that we could have our voice on, and that has been very important because, the mainstream media is not giving the Muslim American the opportunity to participate. So we have to create our own platform, like what you're doing, as far as what you're doing as far as TV is concerned, what I'm doing as far as radio, and what the other participants in media are doing. I just like to mention Aziza Magazine. I always have to mention Aziza Magazine. Have you heard of Aziza Magazine? Aziza Magazine is such a great magazine. Muslim Journal, American Muslim 360. So we have these media platforms that are really positive and that are really making a contribution in the American circumstance.
Now, I want to tell everybody how powerful this guy is. I've been trying to get a meeting and an interview with Aziza Magazine. He's the only one that pulled it off.
Alhamdulillah, man. She was great, too, man. She was great. I mean, she's Taiba Taylor. Shout out to our sister Taiba Taylor. She was great. And shout out to Toure Muhammad, who is the creative director of Muslim American Media Alliance. Shout out to Hassan Shakir and Sister Habiba Shakir, because that's where the Muslim American Media started with Taqwa TV in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, that's where the Muslim American Media Alliance started down there. So, we definitely got to give them their props for the work that they done. And Hassan Shakir, man, has been working in video for many years, for over 25 years as far as the Muslim community. I mean, he's recorded everything. Yeah. And we have a lot of, like I said, we have a lot of people participating in media. And the Muslim American Media Alliance, that's the purpose of us coming together. But we're going to take it from a Facebook page into some other more legal platform. Okay. So that we can grow and expand and network more and interact more with each other, like we're doing right here on this program.
So, it's been a pleasure, and it's funny how time goes on, because Imam Baki is the one that brought me in.
Me too. He brought me in.
He brings everybody in. I got into audio, learned how to do that, and transition into video. And that's how I met our guest we're gonna have on next week, with your sister Latifa Ali. I believe you
yes,
met her. And she has a radio program on AM 360.
Yes.
And that's gonna be our guest next week. So, just everything's starting to align. Everybody's coming together. And it's not this everybody do it by themselves thing anymore. We understand do for self, but sometimes in order to do for self, we got to do it with each other.
We have to do it with each other. That's the only way that we're going to grow. We have to support each other. We have to network with each other. We have to work with each other. That's what we have to do.
And I think the one way in doing that, and which is why I created this show, is not only to keep it in-house, but try to reach out to others who, just because you're not Muslim doesn't mean, no, we all under the umbrella of God's creation.
True indeed.
So that's why I try to make sure everyone is included in these projects.
I mean,
So, I thank you once again.
alhamdulillah.
Any closing remarks you may want to...
Well, again, I would like to say, may Allah continue to bless you for the work that you're doing, man. I mean, this is very important work. This winds up being history that you are capturing with some of the things that we're doing, and it's the visual image that you're capturing. I'm capturing the audio image, but you're capturing the visual image, which is a very powerful. It just it entertains, and it brings into more than just the sense of hearing, but also the sense of sight. So and that's why that's such a powerful, very powerful media. And so may Allah continue to bless you for the work that you're doing, and let's continue to work together. What I'll do is I'll make sure that when I come back, that maybe I'll come back and we'll talk about what happened as far as the community-wide insure is concerned. Maybe I can bring you back some information that'll be good for everyone.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
All right, sound like...
Wa alaikum assalam.
Well, that's another show, the Showcase, and we're gonna be coming to you live next week, interviewing Sister Latifa Ali, AM 360. Just a lot of things going on, so we're gonna bring her in and have you guys talk to her, interview with her. And once again, peace, love. Hopefully, in the future, we can have you come perform live on the show.
That'd be amazing.
We didn't have it set up for today, but in general, we the next time you are free to come out, we would love to have you just
I'd love that.
do a
That'd be
live
awesome.
show here. If you're not camera shy.
No.
Oh, okay.
Even if I was.
And I encourage people to listen to our new show, Music and More, every Wednesday night, American Muslim 360. We're the newest baby to the family.
Okay.
And on that show, you're going to hear everything from hip-hop to blues to, you just name it, any kind of genre. You're not only going to hear the good stuff, the positive stuff, we're going to analyze the bad stuff too.
Okay.
So we're going to break it down so all of that toxic stuff can just release out into the universe and make it clear where we're going with this thing. And we're going to have like this Pied Piper thing going where people are not even going to be able to listen to things that aren't good for their soul anymore.
Okay.
So that's what we're working on. And you could listen to us from 9 to 11, the 911 call, urgent call, on Wednesday evening.
And that's make people understand that's more of an internet radio.
It's internet. It's Blog Talk Radio,
Blog Talk.
American Muslim 360. So they could Google that and get that information, and they can listen to it on the phone by calling in, or they can go on to American Muslim 360 and listen live online.
Okay. And if you don't mind me saying, as soon as she started singing, I said, "That's down south." that's complete down south, on the river. Let's go ahead.